Hi, guess who? It is me, Debt Girl. Yes, the one, the only, the majorly happy Debt Girl. It finally has arrived. Actually, I am the no debt girl today. I have no debt. I have a student loan and maybe like a little bit, about $400 on a credit card, but I can pay that off. Look what I have here, you guys. I hope that I keep looking in the right place, but this is 60 payments worth of, this is my 60 payment necklace. This is it. This is the one. I am not wearing it. I'm not even gonna put this on again. It's just, number one, it just, the minute I put this on, I feel horrible. So I have to take it off and get rid of it. This debt is not mine any longer. So here's the deal. It's been a freaking nightmare, and I couldn't wait to come home today to post this video. I have had this champagne. Actually, it's not champagne. It's sparkling rosé, which sounds really good right now. I'm so thirsty. I came home and yeah, I've had this since October. I don't even know what I was saying a second ago. I'm beyond excited. I always pictured this to be like the most perfect video so you guys could get to see me like looking good and everything, but this face has aged so much. You have like no idea. Now, after I pop this, if I have to run to the sink because I'm kind of in my dining room kitchen area, I have to. So hold on. Oh my God, oh my God. Woo! Cheers, look at that. Do you see the fuzz coming out? Look at that. Anyway, I can't wait to have some of this. I have waited so long for this sip. Okay, here's the dealio. Hang on, need this. Oh my God, just saying. And it tastes sweeter than I ever thought it could, you guys. I've been like off and on like teary all day. It's just been crazy. Okay, hang on. It tastes like champagne. Sort of. I'm not a big champagne person, but I think I'll be drinking quite a bit of this foamy stuff tonight. Isn't it pretty? So anyway, okay. It's done. So here's the deal. I was in a 5-year BK, and it was probably the hardest thing that I ever put myself and my kid through, but she doesn't even know it. Nobody does. But it was the only way for me to get completely out of some debt that I had incurred through a lawsuit and all kinds of other stuff, you know, and there was just no way. When I went into this, first off, I started out trying to like do like snowballing and all kinds of like debt management, and I never paid anybody. I tried to do it myself, and I just kept deeper and deeper and deeper, because once the interest rate gets on you, you can't dig out. So interest is your enemy. So anyway, so needless to say, I got into it, and then in 2012, early on, I thought I should try something. And so I thought about chapter 7, then I went to 13, then I said 7 again, then 13, and then I realized my condo was completely underwater. So I chose the 13 because there's something you can do called like a lien strip, which if your home is underwater, you can add your liens, those second and third mortgages, to the bankruptcy. And I looked at the future and I thought, wow, you know, if I could do this, if this works, if this financial solution works for me in 5 years, I'll be 58 next month. That much closer to retirement, not full retirement. I mean, I'll be working like everybody else for the rest of my life. Who am I trying to kid, right? But, oh God, that tastes so good, you guys. So, but, it was a plan. It was like, and it was horrific. It was like, what about this, and what about that, and what about this? And you'll see on my, you know, if you've been following me since day one, and a lot of you have, like One Family and Sophie Ann and all of you, you know, have been following me forever, and I just appreciate so much that you've been doing that. And Kim and Kim C and everybody, you know, you guys have just been with me forever. Patty and oh, you guys, like when I was blogging like on a daily basis, you guys were there. You were my soul, my soul, my rock, right? If I seem a little discombobulated, I totally am. I am beyond. I'm like a marshmallow right now. I can hardly wrap my head around what actually happened. So long story short, got into this bankruptcy, kept it to myself, didn't tell my kid, didn't tell a soul, and there were some times where I thought, how can I do this? I'll never make it. I learned how to buy used. I learned how to buy Dollar Tree 99-cent store, which I'll never not do that. I'll never stop doing that, you guys. Like, never. I'll never stop doing that. I have simplified my life. I really learned a lesson here. Like, wow. Anyway, hold on, I'm back. So, I had to take a few more slugs of this baby. I'm just like, I might drink this whole bottle. Just kidding. Anyway, so, really hard decision to make. You know, I think what made it really hard for me compared to a lot of people is I did it 110% alone. I didn't have a husband who had credit to pull up the slack. I never had boyfriends coming in and out of my life because I just don't, because of my daughter. You know, I'm just not a dater, I don't even date because I'm so into my kid, you know, and I love my dynamic with my kid. I never wanted to change that. But here, let me give you a little perspective. I brought this. She was in middle school when we started this. She's now in junior college. You know, that's how long it's been. And it's not just the 5 years, right? You have to you can't use credit for the 6 months before that. And it's all the stress. And my God, you guys, I have aged so much. I used to be cute, by the way. I was cute in 2012. Anyway. Whoa. So here we are in 2018, and my last payment was in October, right? And so I kept saying, when am I going to get my discharge? When am I going to get my discharge? And Sophie, you're like, when are you going to get your discharge? When are you going to get your discharge? Like, I know. Nobody wanted that thing more than me. Trust me, right? Trust me. I was like, oh my God. I was like, shoot me now. So finally I called my Addie, and he says, you'll get it. It's from the trustee's office, right? So then the trustee was done with everything, and we were just waiting. And then here's what happened. Oh my God, you guys. So last month or something, my last payment was October. I expected to at least get the discharge by December, right? End of December, January, latest, right? January, February, March. I mean, I was going to the mailbox every day. It was like brutal. It was brutal. So then, I finally, I got up enough nerve to call the trustee's office because, yes, Sophie, you said call him, and I said, no, I don't want to. I don't want to cause any trouble. Well, hold on. Finally got up the nerve to call the trustee's office, and they said, oh, you don't get your discharge from us. That comes from the court. Oh, but wait, you can't, they'll never, you have a claim. You have a late claim that just came in. What? I'm like, I have what? And so I called my attorney, and I said, this is happening. He goes, oh my God, what? And so he was shocked, and I was shocked. And so he says, we're just going to have to go and file a motion to have them remove it because, number one, they're too late. Number two, it doesn't make any sense. It was a student loan, you guys, which I've been paying all along. So long story short, I'm not going to get into the specifics. Got a hold of the student loan company, and they pulled their claim. He called them last week. The claim was pulled. Actually, the claim was pulled on Pacer. The claim wasn't showing up today. The claim was done today. Here, let's just stick that up there, shall we? Because that represents, well, it doesn't even represent the whole thing. But anyway, so got on Pacer today, and they had withdrew their claim today, like, right? And that was around 10:30 this morning. He calls me and he says, or texts me, emails me and says, the claim has been pulled. And I'm like, oh my God. He's like, I can't believe they actually did it. Well, anyway, so, and then about 1:30, he calls me and says, are you sitting down? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, you got your discharge today. I go, today? Like that fast, you guys. After The claim got pulled. He had called the court clerk and said, when can we get this? And I got it today. So isn't that amazing? So girls, ladies and guys, everybody, I am officially discharged. And so then he said, I need you to go to the courthouse and take these lien strips down to the courthouse and have them, stamped, certified, right? So that now he can go to my courthouse. That was the Burbank courthouse, and I'm in Ventura County. So now he's got to take those lien strips down to the Ventura County recorder's office or something and have them, excuse me. Oh, yeah. Loving this. So he takes those to the recorder's office like tomorrow or whatever, and gets those lien strips, and then he's going to write a letter to them and make sure that they, acknowledge the lien strips or whatever. So he says they probably won't, but at least it's part of the deal. And then he's got to unpull his motion for that claim, and basically it's a done deal, you guys. I have my discharge. I'd hold it up, but it's got personal information. I won't do that. And I've got my lien strips, and they've been certified. And now all I need to do now is put this condo on the market before the other day, I'm in the Los Angeles area, you guys, and the other day there was an earthquake, and he told me that he couldn't get this is before all this claim got pulled and everything. He told me he wasn't able to get this, he couldn't get the motion on the docket until June. And I'm thinking, June. And the other day, I'm sitting here and there was an earthquake, right? And it shook this place good. And I'm thinking, great. Number one, there's going to be a huge earthquake. Now, I mean, it's unreasonable but it's like, this has been hell. So I have this earthquake, and I'm thinking, oh, great. I'm going to lose it's going to fall apart. And then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how we do. And then I'm thinking, oh my God, the market's going to, drop now. But here's the deal. Called my real estate agent today. She's coming over on Wednesday to help me stage. It should be listed as soon as this weekend. And he said, go ahead and list it because it's done. These strips should be done this week. And by the time it gets to escrow, definitely they'll be done. And so that's it. So knock wood, my $75 cabinet that I bought at a garage sale a few years ago that I love. You guys, I have learned so many lessons. I have a $50 couch that looks like it came from, a showroom. Everything in here, except for these, because I've had these forever. These were I've had them forever. I hate them. But everything is old. Like the air conditioner is broken. The fridge is old. The washer doesn't fill all the way to the top. You have to hold the thing. The heater's busted. There's so many things like that you have to let go. Oh, and recently I just totaled my car. So that happened like what, 3 weeks ago? Remember I sent that on the, You guys, this is hard. I can say with unequivocally, if you have somebody that's with you that's not part of the BK, your life will be so much easier. If you don't expect too much and lower your standards a little bit, you'll get used to things. Like, I had the same purse for the whole time, and not less than a month ago, I decided, okay, that purse, I've had it for like 7 years. I had it longer than the BK. I went to Burlington Coat Factory, and that purse was a $300 purse. Dooney Burke. I went to Burlington Coat Factory the other day, and I got more of a bag. I got a backpack that fits me now. My lifestyle is different now. I don't need fancy. I don't want fancy. I replaced my car with a fancy car but listen to this. The car that I bought is a year older than the car that I had, and it only had 39,000 miles on it to be exact, right? And I bought it used, and I paid cash for it. Like, I used the cash money from my Geico, and then I borrowed a couple bucks from my brother, who is probably going to end up just saying, just keep it, whatever. If he doesn't, then he'll get some money when I sell the condo. I can just say unequivocally, if you have somebody doing this with you, you can make it. I can also say that a 3-year is way more doable than a 5-year. If you do a 5-year, oh my God. You know what? It's like, it's debtor's prison. It really is. But what you need to do is you need to find ways to make it nice. Like, there were times where I went to my neighbors and I cut flowers from them and I lit a candle and I bought some cheap, I'm a $2 Chuck wine drinker now. I love it, as a matter of fact. Okay, once in a while I buy Josh. If you haven't tried Josh, it's really good. It's about $10 if you get it online. It's really good. But that's my price point. And I mean, I've never been a fancy pantsy, but I always had like delusions or something. Like, I can afford more than that's not how I got into debt, by the way. I got into debt from having a kid, being single, having a lawsuit, and numerous other things. Not because I was ever a fancy pants. I've never been a real fancy pants. As a matter of fact, I don't understand how people can be so fancy, because there's no way. Like, I live in Los Angeles and everybody's so rich, and I just, my paycheck's gone in a minute. But here's the deal. The Dollar Tree and the 99-cent store and the Goodwill and there's little boutique Goodwills. You don't have to go to the Goodwill. And once you, like, here's the deal. When you go to the Dollar Tree and the 99-cent store and the Goodwill and those stores, don't look around. Don't look at the people. Just don't look at the people. Just, look at your basket, look at the stuff, buy what you need, and get the hell out. And some 99-cent stores are probably in some pretty dicey areas. Don't go to those. Find a different one. There's upscale ones, and some of the Goodwills, though, you walk in and you just have to just kind of keep your eyes on what you're doing. It can be dicey, but it can also just be other people like you. I remember there was a time when I was in a store. I think it was a Dollar Tree. And a woman came in and she looked fancy. You can tell fancy, right? And she looked really fancy. And I kept thinking to myself, oh my God, she's down on her. She's like me, something happened. She's either going through a major divorce or something, because she does not belong in this store. And she looked embarrassed, right? And I just struck up a conversation with her. And I said, do you love these deals? Oh my God, $1 for this, $1 for that. How can you go wrong? I go, even if I was a millionaire, I would shop here, And then pretty soon she was laughing. And I hope that I made her feel better, because I recognized it, you guys. I recognized I recognized it. So, because when you go into a bankruptcy, there's a certain amount of shame involved, like, I failed, what have I done, And then when you have a kid, you're like, oh my God, I'll never be able to, give my kid. But I got my kid golfs, not cheap. And we did it, you guys. We did it. And I just, I did it by not buying prepared foods. Now I buy a few prepared foods here and there. I'm not stupid, but I'm also old and I'm tired and I don't like to cook, but I still cook. But I'll go to Trader Joe's and buy their chicken piccata. It's really good, you guys. It's 2 helpings for $6. That's not expensive, and it's really good. Throw a little bit of rice, in your cooker, and you'll have that. So anyway, you can do this, you guys. And if you have any questions at all about how to make it work, trust me, I will be happy to. You can email me with any questions, like what would you do in this situation or what would you do in that? Because I'm a goddamn expert right now. Excuse my French. I am an expert. I made it. I did it, you guys. I did it. 5+. I was over in October. It's now April. So October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So 5.5 years plus tax. So that's 6 years. But if you look on the forums, I've been thinking about my logon on the BK forum, by the way, go there. It's a great resource, is DMC-2008. So look how long that 10 years, this debt has been in my life. 10 long years, right? Let's have some more. Yeah. So anyway, you guys, I should have I feel like tonight I should have some friends over. None of my friends know. They have no clue. They probably think I'm a tight ass, but... cussing, sorry. yeah, but I feel like I'm just having this release, and you guys get it because you've been with me. And I'm gonna leave this video up for a little while, but then I am gonna take it down. I'm not leaving this up forever and ever. But anyway, so contact me at where can you contact me? What do I got? Oh, I've got an email. I got an email. I'll give it to you in a second that you can contact me. Well, try startnew@yahoo.com. It's startknu@yahoo.com. And I also think that I have a Debt Girl one, but I think it's on one of my about page, but I don't remember what it was, and I never get email there from that. So, but do the startnew@yahoo.com. I also have a post office box if you want to send me $1 million because you think I deserve it. It's P.O. Box 3282, Thousand Oaks, California, 91359. So contact me those ways, you guys. Sophie, Kim, Patty, all you guys. One Family, Janelle, where the hell have you been? You haven't even been around. So all of you guys. And then, good luck to you that are on your, just starting out. I don't want to jinx this thing, you guys, because it's done. The discharge is there. The lien strips are in motion. The house is going to go up for market soon. And my girlfriend's going to come over and help me clean and dust. And I'm going to do a few little things, to get it ready. My friend actually called me a coward. I said, yeah, I'm selling my condo the minute they don't know what's going on. And they go, really, why are you selling it now? I said, oh, because the time is right. And I go, I don't want to wait. I go, because they're wondering, why are you selling it now instead of just waiting until you move to my forever home? And I said, because I can't, if something happened right now, like if the market tanks, I can't wait again for this to come back up. I got to get out of here now. I got to get the money now. And he goes, oh, that's kind of the cowardly thing to do. And I went, you have no idea how brave I actually feel right now, because to step into the life that I just stepped out of, I'll never step out of that life, guys. I'm going to be in this, I'm probably going to have this BK mentality forever, but I'm going to feel some freedom, you guys. I'm so freaking happy. You have no idea. No, I think that some of you do. Anyway, so hold on. So here, salute, cheers, and to those of you that are in it, just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Try to make things pleasant for yourself. Like I said, get some flowers from your neighbors, light a candle, grab some $2 chuck. It's not bad. Or I just got used to it. I don't know. And I don't, whatever. I don't even care. But always try to be good to yourself, and don't eat out. Eat home as much as you can. Oh, prepared foods, stay away from them as much as you can. I tried it once in a while. I would do it and then stop, and then do it and stop. And I always found that when I needed a break, it's okay. Do it for like a couple of weeks if you have to, because my God, we're only human. Life is tough, and especially when you got a kid. It's like it was so hard, you guys. So, but you've got this. You can do this. And, Netflix is your friend. Free games from like Big Fish and stuff is your friend. Start a craft. So the reason why you guys haven't been hearing from me in the last couple of years is because I've been a crafting fool. So I am a crafting fool. And that has saved my life. That has just saved my life. I'm not kidding you. Take up a hobby. Take up a hobby. And for the first 3 or 4 years, I sold everything I possibly could. I sold my Wii. I sold my kid's bike. I sold my bike. I sold her skateboards. I sold her razors. I sold, pardon me very much, but what are you going to do? I just sold everything that was not necessary. I sold clothes. I had garage sales. That would give me another $20. It wasn't worth it to stand out there in the heat for 5 hours and get $22.50. No, but you know what? It was more $22.50 that I didn't have before. And just stay under the radar. Don't call the trustee really unless you have to, like at the end, like I did, because it's so hot here, my air conditioner. And so, just stay under the radar. I'm making sure there's no address on here. Stay under the radar. And again, startnew@yahoo.com. Please text me. Send me a letter with questions, whatever you have, whatever you want. I'm so grateful to be in this moment right now. You guys have no idea. I'm like, I just wish my mom was here. In fact, that was a little bit of emotional because my mom, you know. Anyway, so yeah, I lost her during this. She didn't know about it, but I always wanted to tell her when I was done what I had done, you know, how I had accomplished so much. Because you guys remember that only 30% of bankruptcies succeed. Now, a lot of that is because a lot of them just go into a chapter 13 so that they can transfer and whatever you roll into a chapter 7. So, I mean, I think that's by design. I don't think, but a lot of them, I mean, like if you look at some of the websites for some of the I don't know what's going on with them. I just think that number one, they're hard. Number two, if you can make it through it, I think that if you use them for what they're for, like for what I did, you know, I didn't use it as a, you know, as a loophole to go into a 7. I actually used it so that I could now, here's the deal. Now, I'm going to sell my condo. I'm going to take that little bit of equity that I have in my condo, and I'm going to buy a modest home, either in Oregon or Washington or somewhere up north. I don't actually know. And so, I'm going to move forward and be able to retire in a couple of years, not fully, obviously, who can do that? And then just live a life of just in a real modest place. And you know what, you guys? Being in this bankruptcy gave me the tools to be able to live on a very limited income when I'm old and retired, older. I'll be 58 next month. Yeah, that'll happen. And I'm telling you, I feel like this has aged me so much. I've tried so hard to stay on top of things, you know. But you just, you know, when you're using $3 face wash from Walmart. But it worked, you know. So, anyway, for those of you that are out there and still involved, I won't say it will go by fast because it doesn't. This has been the longest five and a half years of my life. It has. I seriously at times said, if I could wake up tomorrow and be, you know, done with this. I mean, I did that in year 2. If I could wake up tomorrow and have, you know, sleep for 4 or 5, I would have happily done it. Trust me, I would have happily done it. So it's not easy. You just have to put one foot in front of the other, and because you really have no choice. Let's just be real. You don't. You got yourself in here. You made the decision to sign that piece of paper. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just being. I don't blow smoke up my kid's ass, and I'm not going to blow it up yours either. Once you sign that paper, what other options do you have? You can either get it dismissed, you know, or discharge, and you want to discharge. So because if you dismiss, then you have to pay all the interest rate on all those loans that you know, unless you go transfer into Chapter 7. Look at me. I sound like I know what I'm talking about. I know nothing. But I'm just trying to say, be strong, one foot in front of the other. You got this. Just do it. And thank you guys for your support. And I will be taking down the website in October. Look how gray I got because I don't color my hair anymore. Oh, yeah, and that's another thing. Stopped coloring my hair. Stopped doing my nails. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you give up. And sometimes it's for the better. So anyway, and Fantastic Sam's, by the way, when I used to not pay more than like $100 for a haircut, I pay $17.50, and I think it's cute. I'm being silly. But, so yeah, once you do this, just do it. Just buckle down, one foot in front of the other, and try to forget about it. I think when I did my, blog every day, oh my God, I never forgot about it. And so, that wasn't good. So I'm so glad that I found a hobby and stopped doing the blog as much as I did. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. I'm going to be taking it down in October because I don't want to pay for it to continue because I ran out of space, the free space, and a lot of the images don't work anyway. The images that I put up there aren't there anyway. And so this was kind of a tool, you know, seriously speaking, this was kind of a tool for me. And I don't need it anymore. But I hope that as long as it's up and if there's some people out there that need it, that you can learn from it. And again, really just try to, the best thing I can say is, I don't want to say lower your standards because you're really not lowering your standards. You're actually doing something very important for yourself. And I think that that is making your standards high because you're giving yourself something. Who gives a rat's ass what anybody thinks if you're having to buy a $50 couch off of eBay, or not eBay, but Craigslist or the thrift store, because you know what? I have 2 cats. If I was to go out and buy a $1,000 couch these days and they started scratching it on the next day, do you know how I'd feel about that? Not good. So I love the fact that I can do used, you know? I love the new used car that I got right now. Oh my God, it's heaven. And so I don't think that I lowered my standards. I think that I got smarter, and I think smarter is a good word. And I also simplified. That's my word. And I'm kind of rambling, but I just want to share as much as I can with you because I've been promising this party for 5 years. We're going to party when this is over. Well, this is the party, you guys. And I wish I could do it live, but I can't because for other reasons. But I hope that you enjoyed this. Please leave a comment, say hello. If I haven't seen you in a while, please, please, please say hello. And so consider 60 payments done. We're done with 60 payments. We were actually done with 60 payments 6 months ago. But, you know, nothing ever goes perfectly, right, guys? Let's just hope that I don't have to do a follow-up video saying there's more drama coming down the pike, because I honestly couldn't handle it. You guys, I honestly couldn't. I mean, there's only so much a person alone can handle. So anyway, with that, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing my journey with me, for being so kind to me with your comments. There was never any judgment when I looked for you guys, to you guys for confidants. You guys were my confidants when I didn't tell anybody in my personal life what was going on. Finally, about 2 years ago, I think I told my brother, and that was a big relief, you know. I expected a big, you know, like, but no, he was really actually pretty cool. So, so that's that. So I'm going to put, Debt Girl is not Debt Girl anymore. I am No Debt Girl. And, wow, I can hardly believe it, you guys. Today finally got here. So, cheers. Here's to moving forward. Here's to better times. And again, thank you guys for everything that you've done, and thank you for supporting me. And please keep in contact with me, okay? You guys leave some emails, and so that I can actually reach out to you as well if you didn't catch my email. So, thanks again, you guys. We did it. We did it. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.